Hello, this is Ebony Lane coming to you live from King Tut's Tomb. That's right, live from King Tut's Tomb. Now, we have gone over the introduction to Living the Blessed Life for African American Christians. We have gone through the 7 pillars of believing the power of prayer, live responsibly, establish income producing activities, serve God, not mammon, share religious and economic activities, espouse the eternal perspective, and develop leadership qualities and abilities. Now, as promised, we will be going through the first pillar, and that is belief. To believe is the foundation to living the blessed life. We're not asking you to go anywhere. We're not asking you to do anything. But it is a spiritual and mental activity that gets the ball rolling. When you believe in the power of prayer, you will have power. Now, African American Christians are not a powerless people. Our ancestors were well aware of that. Somehow we take it for granted. We think it is just there. It is not just there because we have to work for it. And the way we work for that power is through prayer. Now, what I have done in the ebook, Living the Blessed Life for African American Christians, is to lay out what I do to have a prayer-driven life. Now, the reason I chose the hours that I did is because I decided to do I was watching one of my favorite shows, 48 Hours, the last 48 hours, and I just wondered what the last 48 hours of Christ were like. Doing so, I kept running into the mock trial, the arrest, the scourge, the nailing to the cross, the being hung on the cross, the actual death on the cross, the burial. I kept running into the same times. 12, 3, 6, 9, 12, 3, over and over and over. So I decided if those times were crucial to Christ, especially towards the end, when he had to have known that he was in his end times, then I decided they were important to me. Now, I am not a morning person, and to ensure that I was leading a prayer life, I started off with 6 a.m. There is no reason for me to arise at 6 a.m. other than to pray. So my life starts off with prayer. Now, I start off with thanksgiving and praise, surrender. I do spiritual warfare. This is before I leave my house. I have on my clothes, I have on my makeup, and I have my spiritual armor on. That's the way I go out. I also pray for prosperity. The 23rd Psalm is a prosperity prayer, although many of us, it's not used that way often, but it really is. Now, my research also showed that the Lord's Prayer is a prayer of petition. Now, I also read that it is the most powerful prayer in the Bible and should be recited at least 4 times a day, which is why I have it down as many times as I do. Now, but when I go through my cycle, go through the daily cycle, and get to 9 p.m., I found out that it comes across as validation. Further research showed that the Our Father can be a validation prayer. So I just thought I would throw that in. And it doesn't start off like that every day. But as I go through the day and get to 9 p.m., that's the way I feel when I do the Our Father. Now, let me explain to you that living the blessed life for African American Christians is what is termed experiential. That means the experience of the activities is greater than the actual reading of it, which means I look forward to any feedback from anyone. When I was initially sharing it with friends and co-workers, they kept saying, "Oh, this is my favorite here." this is my best friend. Please share that with us. I share it with you from the heart. Those that I thought as an African American Christian were working for me. We will further delineate areas where African Americans are being disenfranchised from American society to go back again to our initial thrust. What does Christianity have to offer the African American Christian? So right now we're starting on getting ourselves a prayer-driven life. Please contribute. That's KingTouchToom@yahoo.com. I look forward to hearing from you. This is Ebony Lane. Love you. Take care.